This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It is an honor to have you here. Observations in the middle of November 2020. Watching television here, not that far back, I watched a professor come out of his building at his college, surrounded immediately on three sides by over 30 people. 2/3 of them were non-white, screaming and hollering, cursing him, making themselves look like they were savages and less than human, cursing him and degrading him, making fun of him. And what was the terrible thing that man, that professor, had done? Well, here for Halloween, he said that he believed that any child should have the right one day a year to be able to pretend to be anything they want. As a child, pretend anything they want, including another race. He saw no problem. If a little white boy, for an example, wants to be a Native American, or a little girl wants to be a native princess, or some other nationality, some other color, some other race, he didn't see a problem with that mindset. And they were screaming and hollering and cursing him because he had done this. And he tried to use common sense and talk normally. And to defend his position, they wanted nothing to do with it. And the more he tried to explain, the more and the louder they got and the more cursing they gave him. And they closed in on him. And fingers started pointing at him and pushing him. Finally, out of, I assume, fear, he decided to calm it down by saying, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said. Now that should have been enough. Any Christian, anyone with common sense, or any of the other religions out there, or people who care about others, and allow for people to make mistakes, that should have been enough. But there is one group of radicals that it's never enough. And this was one of those groups. And they said, as soon as he said, I'm sorry, they said, it's not enough. We want your job. You're fired. You're out of this college. What? And you know what? They got what they wanted. He was fired. He was fired. And I'm sure he was a good professor. But they destroyed his life. They got the vengeance they wanted, the bloodlust that they wanted. Like a pack of wolves attacking and killing more animals than they need. They'll just leave them dead. They destroyed his life. And you say, well, that was just young people. When it was secured that it looks like Biden will be the President of the United States, when that happened, the newscasters, which had beat on Trump for 4 years solidly without any mercy, and every Democrat and the news media, everybody pounded daily on Trump. Not that he wasn't, I'm not saying he was perfect. With that in mind, never giving him an inch. Biden comes on there and he says, I'm here for everybody. I'm going to be everybody's president. And he says, I want us to unite. I want us to unite. As soon as that clip was played, I went over to CNN just to see what the left-wing news media had to say. They had 4 commentators. One of them specifically said, it isn't enough that we won. We want to get even with the 70 million people that voted for Trump. Another one said, we need to target those people who backed him financially. Those people that backed Trump, we want to get even with them. We can get their names. We want to target them. To what? To say, we forgive you? No, it's to destroy them. Absolutely. Add fuel to the fire. One of them said, there will be no peace in America as long as there are Trump-type people in America. That 70 million, they need to get out of our country so that we, as a socialist nation, can go forward. They want to kick out the people that voted a different direction than they did. The people and the leader that said we want unity is only unity for their side. That's my observations for today.